Welcome to Kennected. My name is Elliot Drake, and I'm going to be the host for your introduction training to Kennected. So what we're going to be going over in this video is all the necessary steps that you need to take to get the maximum amount of results while utilizing this tool. So we created this tool to help people with their prospecting efforts to save time, energy, and as well grow their business much faster. And so we're going to be going over a lot of different things in this training. So it's vital that you guys pay attention and watch this before jumping in and utilizing this tool. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to my computer and we're going to dive in to how to set up your LinkedIn properly, how to utilize the tool and target the right people. I'm going to give you some scripts and things to use for the follow-up and show you exactly how everything works with Kennected. So by the end of this training, you're going to be an expert and you're going to be able to dive in and start growing your business and getting the maximum amount of results possible. I'll see you guys inside of my computer. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this Kennected beginner tutorial. So like you guys just learned, we're going to be going over the basics and what you really need to know to get the maximum amount of results from Kennected. You really need to stay till the end of this tutorial because it's going to make everything so much easier on you. We're going to be going over a lot of cool stuff. So here's what we're going to be covering. Why LinkedIn is the most powerful automated lead generation platform for B2B. Then we're going to go over preparing your LinkedIn for battle. So how do we set up your LinkedIn in the right way to where you can be successful? And then we're going to go into how to use the Kennected tool. So we're going to go over all of the features and so you guys become experts of navigating and using it effectively. And then I'm going to give you some template messaging scripts. So what that means is as we're automating, we're gonna give you a default one that you guys can start out and use. And then also we're gonna go over how you guys can get support. All right, so let's dive right into it. So why LinkedIn? So there are 602 million professionals on LinkedIn, and of those, 40 million are seen as decision makers for their companies. Right, so that's a big thing. We have all these. LinkedIn is an amazing platform because it puts us in instant access with all these people with really a click of a button. So LinkedIn's goal is they want 3 billion members, right? Meaning it's growing, which is a really good thing and why it's important to double down on LinkedIn. And so the visit to lead conversion rate for LinkedIn is more than 3.5x higher than Facebook and even higher that of Twitter, right? So like the conversion rate and being able to get people on board and, get those prospects off the platform, be able to convert them is much higher than these other platforms. So now let's go into preparing your LinkedIn for battle. So here's a quick little, we're just going to go over this, but then I'm actually going to dive into mine and show you what's going on there. So preparing your LinkedIn for battle, and the most important thing that I can say here is hitting on the point that your LinkedIn profile. So when we're sending the connection message, the person, before they accept you, they're going to go to your page. They're going to go to your profile and see who you are, what you're about. And so it's essentially an opt-in page. So just how you have websites that will ask you for your email address or these other things, that's basically what it is. We want them to accept because until they accept, we can never get in contact with them, right? So step one would be to have a nice profile picture and banner, which we'll go into in a minute. And then step two, making sure your headline and about section is clear. So you want to make sure it's super, super clear what you do, who you are, who you can help, and then overall experience, and just so people get to know a little bit about you and why they should add you to their network. Because the way that LinkedIn works is that whenever someone accepts your request, whenever you get someone added to your network, you're then eligible to be able to connect with all of their network. So it's important that our profile is, looks really good. So step three is you want to have, you want to complete your profile by adding all the necessary information to your account. So like adding your location, if you have education, adding that, adding your experience, so work history, the different skills you have, linking to your website, because what we found is, before someone connects with you or before you ever get them on a call or get that lead off the platform, they're going to go and look at your website, see what you're about. That's what's powerful about LinkedIn. No one's really there to play games. They're there to, grow their network and hopefully, add value to each other and do business with each other. Okay. So now let's jump into actually LinkedIn, and I'm going to do a little tutorial with you here right now. So let's go to my profile. So if you aren't familiar with LinkedIn, you should be, but I'll just do a little rundown, is that this is just a platform for essentially, just doing business, connecting with people, right? So we have our homepage where this is a feed where you can see your network, what they're posting, what they're doing. Like this is my buddy Neil, right? This is where you can really engage, okay? Let me pause that. And then right here is your profile. So let's go to our profile here. And you'll see that I have a nice banner, right? My banner is a picture of me speaking, which adds authority, allows people to understand and know, I know what I'm talking about. And so this does really well and makes people, want to connect with me because they can see that, I in a some type of authoritative figure, right? And then we have a nice headshot here, so it stands out. Where I've been playing around with these backgrounds, but I've found that if you get a headshot and you put like some kind of cool bright background behind it, it works really well. So make sure you have a good headshot, you look professional, and you add that there. And then one of the most important things is this headline. So the way you edit your headline, you just go here to edit. And then add your headline here. Here's where you can add your position, your location, your education, your location, and all that. You want to add this here, and it's important. You want it to be an I help blank by blank statement. You want to be super clear on who it is that you help and what you do. So I have founder@landclients.com, and I help people start and scale online courses by leveraging digital marketing, right? So with my account here, we have a couple different businesses, but I'm going after this side, right? And so people can come and they know exactly what it is. If you look at my about section, which you can edit it here, I have a nice, bio that tells about what I do in the digital marketing space. I added some documents, some value here. So make sure that you add a nice detailed about section of what you do, your company, and all that good stuff. Make sure you add your company here. So the way you add your company, if you don't have a company added to LinkedIn, you're going to want to go up here to the top to work and then go here to create a company. I'll just do it for you. And then just whatever one it is, fill it out and then add a profile picture. Just fill out the information on the company and then go back to your profile. And then whenever you add your work here, add a position, then just type in the name of the company page you just created and add it there. The important thing is you want that little logo to pop up, right? Then the next thing that you want to do is you want to add your experience. So where have you worked at before, your education, if you have any licenses or certificates, the more info, the better. The next thing is your skills and endorsements. So this is where people that know you and have worked with you can endorse what your skills are, right? So you see I have 50 people who have said, yes, Elliot is good at social media marketing, right? I can go here and you just go here, add a skill and type in what skills you have. Maybe you're good with, I'll just add LinkedIn here, strategy, Instagram, I'll just add those. And then now people can go through and endorse me. I add a lot here, right? But just add the ones that are relevant, okay? And then here is your recommendations. So this is people who speak light on what you do. So I have a decent amount here. This is, testimonials is a good way. And these are all things that, add to your credibility and the overall likelihood of someone accepting your connection request, right? So just try to get some of these. The best way to get a recommendation is to give other people recommendations, right? So I've given them recommendations, so they gave me some back, right? And also I did it for them to help them out. And then you can go down here and you can add your interests so people kind of know what you're interested in, okay? So that's basically it for preparing your LinkedIn. Actually, I lied. That's not it. So when you first start, like I said already in this training, is on LinkedIn, like when you have a fresh account, and you have no connections, you want to find people that you can connect with right away. So let me just go here to people. This is where you have the search bar. And like right here, this connection, you want to go and find your target niche and who you want to go after by going here and, connecting with people first manually. You're going to know why here in a second when I talk about the tool. But because, like, see Janet, whenever I connect with Janet, right, she has 500 plus connections. As soon as she connects and accepts this, well, then her 500 plus connections, I am then eligible to connect with all those people, right? But if out of my connections, right, out of all the connections I have on LinkedIn, if none of those people have a connection with Janet, like none of them are connected with Janet, I'm not going to be able to connect with her. I'll be able to message her, not like, look, message members outside of your direct network like Janet, so that's the thing. You want to build this up. So this is how you find people. You just go up to search, all filters, and then second connection. So your second connection means that people who are a connection of your existing connections. So with the LinkedIn free account, you only need the free account. You can get your first and second connections. First connections mean people who are already your connections. Second are people that are connections of your first. And then third are like, you can have 3 different lines. I'm pretty sure you guys get that. But this is where you find all your filters and your targeting, which I'm going to break down here in a minute. You can break down all these, but what I would do at start is, find your local area. Who is your target? Say that, people you want to talk to, our prospects, are in the finance industry. And then we hit apply, right? Then we go through here and manually connect with them, right? So out of that search, I have 1,600 people that I can connect to. And just go through here manually at first and just add a couple notes and just start building this up, okay? Add their first name and all that, and then just write a nice little note, okay? This is why the tool does this automatically and manages the follow-ups, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. But imagine going through and manually writing a note to all these people and then having to go back and manage all of them, follow up, because we all know that money is in the follow-up, all that stuff, right? Be a headache and waste a lot of time. So that's what I would do, right? Make sure to make your profile look good, right? This is your opt-in page. Give enough information, nice headshot, nice banner. Doesn't have to be incredible. Like, let's look here at Brandon's. His profile does really well, right? But it's just that plain background, but he has a nice headshot. He has his skills. This is one thing I didn't share is find articles online that are relevant to your niche and share those, right? Share those articles. And post them on your LinkedIn. It just makes, it's overall just how do you make things look better, right? He has all of his experience, right? He has his skills, all that good stuff, okay? So just make your LinkedIn page look really good, all right? And then go through and add some initial connections and start building that up. Okay, now let's move on. So now let's go into how to use the tool, okay? Let's go back, and as you guys, if you're on here, you probably have seen, but whenever you go to Kennected.org on our site, it's going to say install Kennected for Chrome. So you're going to want to click that, and then it's in the Chrome store. I already have it, but click that, and once you add it to your Chrome, because you need to be in Google Chrome to utilize this tool, okay? That's very important to note, right? Once you add it from our website, we'll keep this up. Give me 1 second. Then you're going to see the Kennected icon right up here. You'll see it right here in the top corner where my mouse is, right? You're going to want to click that. And then this is what brings up your profile, okay? So if you don't have an account, it's going to have you log in and sign up, okay? So you're going to want to sign up here and create your account, all right? So this is the Chrome extension. This is what controls like the targeting and the actual like sequences that connects with people, manages the follow-ups and all of that. All right, so I'm going to go over this. So we have our profile, which is going to show your information here. You can log out. And then this is where our pricing and plans are, depending on what plan you're on. As of to date, this is what they are, right? So you can go here, and just a little run through of the plans is that each plan, it really depends on how many connections people you're enrolling per day, right? And then you can do quarterly, which you can get obviously a cheaper price if you go quarterly. You can access the plans there. You can access your integrations to do HubSpot if you want your deals, like when you connect with people, to go to HubSpot. If Zapier, which means if you want the information to get sent other places, like say that when you connect, you want their information to get sent to a Google Sheet or something like that. Email, you can add all these, you can just access that there, but we're not going to go over too in depth there. Okay. Hold on, I don't know what's going on here, but then, so we'll go there in a second, but go up here to sequences. So this is my test account right now. This is where we input our target audience, and this is the section that controls the messages getting sent and who we're targeting, right? So let's just create one here. You'll see that this is my sequence name. This is where we name who we're going after. So I'm going after coaches and consultants because my offer and the people I'm trying to connect with fall under the coaches and consultants like niche, right? Those are the type of people. Status is going to share, okay, is this sequence live? This is going to show how many people have accept our connection, people enrolled per day. So we can set this. You'll see your daily limit. So I have 100 because on my account, depending on what plan you're on, it'll say. But the thing that's cool is say we want to connect with multiple different people. So say we want consultants, and then say I also want to connect with people that are in the finance industry. I would name this finance. And it's important that you guys do name this sequence based on the niche, right? And say that I have, let me save this. Say you have 100. You don't, like each sequence, you can spread this 100 across however many target audiences you want. So you would just to create a new one, you just go create new. I can create new. And then, you're going to see the sequence here, which I'm going to dive into in a minute, right? But just to clarify, so we're all clear, sequence name is the different target audiences and the different messaging flows that we have, right? And to make sure you start those, you just click on it and then you hit start, right? I don't have anything in this one, so it's not going to start. But whenever it's running and it's live, it's there, okay? And then one other note to add is that this will run like while you're closing your computer and everything, but you only want to make sure if you want this to keep working, you just need to have your LinkedIn on one tab. Like I can pull it over here, everything, but then you just want to have these open. You want to have both these open at all times. Maybe you just, go down and create, open up a new, Chrome and just have these in there. But just make sure you're logged into your LinkedIn. This browser is open as well, and they're always right here. You can close your computer, doesn't matter, it's still going to run, but just don't close these. Just have them open whenever you want these sequences to run, okay? All right, so now let's go into more so of how this works. So let's go into this one I'm using, this test account. And so we're going after coaches and consultants, right? You'll see that right here, so we have our define the target audience. So this is where we tell the tool, we tell Kennected, who do you want us to connect with and automate the follow-ups for, right? And you'll see that it's tracked by this URL. So when I click on this URL, it's going to take me here, if it will load. Right? So we have all these people, and they are coaches and consultants, right? And this is out of 20,908 people. So it's going to connect automatically. So you can see that the tool is already sent and connected with these people, and it's managing the follow-ups as well until they respond. Then we go in and set the meeting, right? So we put that there. And how do we get that? How do you find your target audience with LinkedIn? Okay. So what you do is, let's just go back to LinkedIn home. You'll go up here to your search bar. You'll go to people. right? And then what you're going to do is go here where it says all filters. And this is where you can add your target audience, right? We'll add second connections, and then we'll select the location. So say it's Indianapolis, or say it's, Phoenix, wherever your area is, select that. We'll just do United States for this example. And also keep in mind, LinkedIn is something that's built. And so the more connections you get, the more people you're going to be able to reach. That's why I told you to go and manually connect it first to start building that. And then as you get more, you're going to be able to access bigger and bigger lists, which then you just go in here and then update this URL. But anyways, let's go here. And let's say we want to connect with, you can type in whatever industry you want. Like if you want to do real estate, right? You just select commercial real estate. If you want to do, computer software, whatever those are, you want to enter that there. So marketing and advertising. And say you want to specify a specific company, like, writers of Forbes. So like say we do, writers, writing and editing, and they work at Forbes, we can add that in there, right? I'm not going to do that for the sake of the video, but let's just do writers, right? Say we want to get into some publications or something. And then if you want to do, make sure to distinguish this, you can do English. Or if you want to connect with schools, you can do all this stuff. Service providers, right? So this is a new tool where you can add your services. But if you want to add those in there, this is where you really target who you want to go after. You can also add previous companies they've worked at, right? So say this is what we have the target audience set. We just want to go here and hit apply. And boom, we have 7,600 users, people that we can connect with, right? Imagine traditionally going through and auto-connecting with all these people, add a note, manually put in their name, and then after they accept, going back in manually with all 7,600 people and remembering to follow up with them, right? It's almost impossible. There's no time in the day. That's why Kennected is so powerful. But anyways, once we have this, we have our search results here, right? All we do, go up here to this top, this URL, and you're just going to copy it. So copy this, right click, copy. Or if you're on Mac, I do Command C, or if you're on Windows, it's like Control C, I believe. But just copy this link, right? Now let's go back into our Kennected software, and I'm gonna create a new one here. I'm just gonna go here, sequence. We did marketer, so we'll just do marketing people, right? Let's just name that as, because we're going after marketing people. Here's where we tell the tool, we take that URL and then paste it in there. And then once you paste it in there, right, you just hit enter, boom, it's in there, right? So now the software knows that we want to connect with this 7,600 results like that, right? Okay, so now you can also upload a CSV file if you really want. I'm not going to go into that, but it works the same. If you have, say you have an email list of people, or things like that, you can upload that in there. But now we go into our messages, okay? So with LinkedIn, we have to send them a connection request, like right here, asking them, hey, we would love to be a part of your network, right? Accept send now. Members are more likely to accept invitations that include a personalized note, right? So what's cool about Kennected is they're not going to know that this is automated. It's going to look personal. Why? Because we can pull in their first name and all that stuff to where it looks, they think it's really coming from you, right? So craft your sequence. So first step that you want to do is you want to set a connection message, okay? And this is what we do. So to include their name, we just go here, first name, or if we wanted to put their full name, or their company, their education, whatever we want to pull in for this, right? Let me just let me go to my profile right here. Give me 1 second. And I'm gonna just use my first one that works really well. You guys can use this. It works pretty great. See, this is my tool working here, right? It says, hey Erin, I admire what you're doing in your space. Love to connect. She accepted it, right? And then I have it set on a time delay. So since she didn't message me back, which they normally don't, so that's why you have to send the follow-up. It says, hey, Aaron, pleasure to be connected. Would you be open to chat for a few minutes? So this was my follow-up, which we're going to get into a second. But I'm just going to copy this here. Copy. And then I'm going to paste it right there. But the thing that you want to do is, see where I have the first name? You want Kennected to pull in their first name. So we just go first name. And what this is saying is we want to send, hey, first name. So whoever it is out of this list. So if it's going after Lisa, it's going to say, hey, Lisa. If it's going after Dennis, it's going to say, hey, Dennis, right? I'd love to be connected. Boom. So that's what Kennected's going to send as your first message. All right. And so then after they accept this, what's going to happen is we want to set a follow-up, because honestly, most of the time you send a connection, they accept it, they're not going to reach out to you. Sometimes they do, but we want to automate the follow-up because we don't have time to go through and literally with all those people, remember to send them a customized follow-up. We just don't. But, we can send the same one to mass amounts of people because they're relevant to the niche that we selected, right? The audience that we're selecting, we can make them relevant, right? So we can go here, and then what you do is set follow-up message, okay? So then let's go back to my LinkedIn, and this was my follow-up, right? We're testing some different ones. This works great. It's more so vague, but the important thing to note here is that people, and when you ask them this question, would you be open to chat? They're going to go to your profile, look at your website, like look at who you are, what you do. So they're going to know what you do, right? They just are. So that's why that first step I said, set up your profile, is very important. All right. So now let's go here, and now I'm going to paste that follow-up message. So I just delete that, and then I'm going to put first name, pleasure to be connected. We open the chat, right? And then I add that. So this is now where we can introduce the delay. This is what's so cool. So verse like the goal is, and what's powerful is that they aren't going to know that this is automated. And what's going to happen is as soon as someone responds, so if Aaron responds to me, no more automate, it's going to shut off. And then then we come in here and we only respond to the people who, send us a message back, right? So like right here, he said, like, this is a perfect lead. I'm just going to show you an example, right? Automation, they accepted the connection. 2 days later, I sent the follow-up, and he said, absolutely, I would love to get on a phone. When would you have a few minutes to discuss our interactions, right? Boom. And then now I go in there, no more automations getting sent. I go in there and then I set the meeting, right? I ask for his email, set a time in the calendar, send him an invite, and then I get on the phone call, and then I go through my sales process, whatever it is, to get the deal done, right? Everybody, all of you guys are going to have your different sales processes. We normally set up a phone call. We talk about value. We, see what their actual goals are. And then we try to land a second call where then, we would end up giving like a pitch for, our digital marketing services or whatever that might be. All of you guys, depending on where you're at, would do that, right? So I'm just going to go back here, unread it. Okay. So you guys get that. So we can say after they connect, delay, let's send a follow-up in 1 day. So then it's not instant. So then, it looks real, right? And then if they don't respond after this one, we want to set up another follow-up, right? So this one I'm just going to do for sake. We'll do first name. I have templates for this main thing that you guys are going to get at the end. So don't worry about that. Let me find one that has, okay, look, like this is a person, you're going to get this. Some people just don't get on their LinkedIn much, where this went through my whole flow, right? So I said connection automation. 2 days later, it said, hey, pleasure to be connected. He didn't respond, right? So it waited a longer time, couple more days. It said, great connecting. Wanted to say, hey, not sure if you noticed the last message I sent you. Would you be open to schedule a discovery call? If nothing else, let's just connect. He didn't respond. And then I sent one more. This is my last one, right? So let's copy this. And you guys, what's cool is you can make this as unique to you as you want, right? Like you can put your own twist on it, talk how, you guys normally communicate. So it has your own just personal twist, right? This is what I'd put for the third one if they don't respond. But then, as I go down, I normally wait longer. So here I wait 1 day here, 3 days. So if they don't respond after my first follow-up, right? This is my first follow-up. Wait 3 days. If they don't respond, then send a second follow-up. And then I can do another one, which I normally do a couple of them, but I don't go crazy with it. But we have lots of different tests, and we have some cool templates coming out for different niches that work well. We're working around the clock just testing new things. So keep on the lookout for that. But then I'll just put this last one in here. Boom. And then enter first name. Boom, I added that next one, right? You guys get the point. And so you can just go through here. You can do as many follow-ups as you really would like, right? You can go up here and do you can do 80 days, right? If you want to no response after 80 days, whatever. Or you can do 0 days and you can do 2 minutes, however long you guys would like to do that. We encourage putting some time delays just so it's not instant, doesn't look odd, right? So, and I normally go longer as it gets on, so I'll do like 4 days here, right? And so this is the next thing. So withdraw connection request, right? So if you send this connection request to somebody and they don't respond, they don't like deny it or they don't accept it in this amount of time, withdraw that. Like tell Kennected to not connect with that person. So let me show you an example. So say that the software sent Karen this send now, and we're waiting for her to connect, and she does not connect with us in 45 days. She doesn't accept it. Well, then normally what happens, like she doesn't deny or accept it. That's what it means. Well, then she's probably not someone who's very active on LinkedIn. And so the software will automatically just, the tool automatically just like delete it. Like, remove her from your connections because you just don't want her in there anyways, right? So after you've built all this out, what you want to do is you want to make sure to hit save changes, okay? And so you'll see that this changes is saved, right? But after you change, you want to hit save, you need to, and you can always go in and edit it, but after you go through and edit it, you just want to hit save changes again. And if you need to edit the message, you just go to this little pencil, you can go in there and edit them however you please, or you can click the X and delete them, right? All of them. That's how that works, okay? But then to start it, to actually make it work, like I said, you need to have your LinkedIn open, this open, and then you need to hit start, right? I need to save changes again, and we'll let you start it. So now that it's here, I'll hit start. So now it's active. So now it's going after these people and sending this follow-up, right? But for this video, I'm gonna stop it now. If you wanna stop it, you just hit stop, right? Okay, so that's how you do your targeting, okay? So hopefully you guys understand all that. Now let's go here to, and then you can delete your sequences. So I'm gonna delete this. Now I'm gonna go to responses. So whenever someone responds, all your responses are gonna be right here in your tool, right? And you can visit their profile. And this is why right here I said it's important to set your target audience name, like in the sequence when you name it, because I have it coaches and consultants, it's going to show who it is. So imagine if you have multiple niches you're going after, you want to make sure that you have coaches and consultants here, okay? And then if you want to just go back right to the conversation, I just click conversation, and it's going to take me directly in there. All right, so she responded to me, see? Mark is unread, right? So I sent, see this one, she responded right after the connection, and so all my follow-ups never had to send. I never had to sent them. I just need to go in here and manually respond and set the meeting, right? So I'll just do it live for you. All right, Becca. Have time early next week to chat. I'll just do all the best. Elliot, right? Boom. See, I manually went in there, and then she's going to respond. And then normally what I do, just a little pro tip, is I have a discovery call. So like I use Calendly. If you're not familiar, it's where this will link with your Google Calendar, and then I can just send this link to them, and then they can find a time when I'm available in my calendar. This links directly with Google Calendar, so whenever someone clicks this, it'll automatically show when only times you're available. So it's amazing. So you can just send them the link whenever they say, yeah, I would love to chat, like let's get on the call. You can send them that link. Okay. All right. So now you get that. You can see all these. You can visit their profile too. And this is where all your responses when someone messages you back through the sequence, right? So scheduled follow-ups, it's going to show what follow-ups for who are, planned to get sent out, right? In the next 14 days. So you can kind of see all that, refresh it. Pretty simple, right? After you sent the connection, people who don't respond, schedule follow-ups. Message confirmation, you don't really have to worry about this. Now, this is the thing. Okay, the dashboard, right? So I want to make this so clear and don't get confused here, all right? So this, right, what we're in right now, how we access this is what we want to keep this super simple. This is how you control everything that's going on, right? By clicking the Chrome extension to get to it, it's going to open this, okay? To get to your dashboard, after you open this, you click the dashboard button. All right, and this is gonna have you log in. So now I'm in my dashboard. Okay, this is where stuff gets pretty cool and you can do some other unique things. All right, so we'll go to the first thing on the dashboard, and what it's gonna show you is your overall results per time period, right? You can do all these breakdowns of how things are going, right? And you have your overall team request, you have your requests, your accepted requests. So like how many did you send out? How many were accepted per day, monthly? This isn't updated, I need to refresh it. And then your responses, right? So then you have a cool little chart here and you can see that like total sent, responses 96. So this is where you can just track how things are going, all right? And then this is where you have team members. So this is what's cool. Say you have a team and you want to be able to track their results and see all that. You can just right here, invite user, first name, email, and then you can invite them to be on this team. And the thing that's cool is like if you have a company and say you're trying to get leads for a specific niche in the same area and you don't want, so whenever we built the tool, we built it for ourselves. And we had a lead that was on the line, like it was about to close, right? And then what happened is one of our other sales guys, they connected with the same person, and then it blew the lead, right? Because it was automating it. And so what we did is now whenever someone's on your team, the tool will automatically not allow them to connect with the same person. So they're getting their own leads, right? So no lead stealing from your team members. You can just add them from here. Okay, and then now let's go here to prospect. So first tab is all of them. So like this is going to be people that we sent a connection request to but haven't accepted, right? It's going to have their info, but you'll see they don't have their email and stuff here, right? But what's so cool about this is that as soon as someone accepts it, right? So say I send this to Karen, which the tool sends this automatically with your custom note. As soon as she accepts my connection request, what's going to happen is boom, email, name, email, company, the target they're in. You can add them here, right? You can get all of their info, where they're at, all their information, right? Their company website, all right here without you ever having to do anything, right? Like you just turn it on, you respond to the people who you want, and you get this even if someone doesn't respond. All they have to do is accept it, which is so cool because you're building this list and asset. And then say you have like an email software, right? A CRM. Well, you can go here and export the leads, right? You can export the leads and then you can download it, right? You can download them as CSV, upload them to Facebook custom audiences, anywhere, right? You can download this. Okay, and then these are pending. So these are people that you're waiting to accept your request, right? So this is where your whole prospect list lies, and you can download it, take it out, whatever you want to do with it. All right, CSV viewer. This is like the section that will show you the list of files you've uploaded as part of any sequence. So like say you already have an existing email list and you want to upload it and connect with those people. If it's relevant, right, that'll go here. Sequence list. So it's going to show the sequences that you have on this front end. Like don't remember that this is where you set it. Right here is just going to show the overview, right, of your target list, who you're going after, the flows that you have. Okay, template. So right here you can create a template message, right? So say that like right in here, you'll notice when I go into sequences, say you want to start a new one, but you don't really like, you know, you don't want to redo all of them, right? So like say you have this as a template message. So like add a setup, right? And then this, if you create your template, you can just go right here and that template will come down for you, right? So you can just title it, you know, say we'll do, you know, finance default connection message, right? All right, say that's what it is. And a perfect example is say like your niche is finance, but you already have one sequence that's connected with people in Tampa, Florida, but you want to create a new sequence that's going after people in Phoenix, Arizona, right? You could just easily just go here, select the template, and then all that. You can create them for all your different flows, right? So now here's blacklist. So this is where you can create a blacklist of people. Like you can upload people's stuff and like add people to a blacklist. So like say that, let me show you here. Say that Karen, we don't want her, like we don't want it to connect with her for some reason, right? We can add her to our blacklist, right? Since I'm not connected, but anyway, so we added her to our blacklist. So it's manually added, okay? It means that it won't connect with her, okay? Pretty simple. So if you don't want it to connect with specific people for whatever reason, you don't want them to get your automations, whether maybe they're already clients or things like that. So maybe you have a email list of all your clients, you can upload them in here, okay? Now we can go to company blacklist. So say you already have a company that you're working with, and any person who is, like company page URL, right? So what this means is that, like just how I told you to create your company URLs, right? So let's just go here. Let's just do Adobe, right? Say that we don't want to connect with people that work at Adobe. So you'll see here, these people like have the title as working at Adobe, right? And so what we do is we go here to their company profile, and look, you can go here to people, and you'll see that it shows all the people who work here, and they're already a client, and we don't want to connect with people who work at this company. We just go up here to the Adobe URL profile, copy that, go in here, and then we paste that in there, and we just do Adobe, right? And then we hit save, boom. Now in our sequences, we'll never connect with people at Adobe, right? However you guys want to utilize that. I'm going to delete this out of there. But yeah, and then we have like webhooks and stuff. You want to, add this, sequence things to different places. And our integrations with HubSpot, maybe use that for deal tracking or anything like that. And yeah, that's how you basically use it. And I'll go over pricing real fast. Like this is how you get to your pricing. Right here, this may be different depending on the time frame you're watching this, but you just select it if you want to upgrade your account and all that good stuff. Okay, so that is essentially how you use the tool. So now let's go back. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys messaging scripts. Okay, now that you know everything, you guys are well prepared to use the tool. Here are some messaging scripts. So what I encourage you guys to do is either take a picture of this, take a picture of this or use it however you want. I'm just going to leave it on the screen, but here's just some like little key notes to add here on the left is what 11 words do you want people to see pop up on your LinkedIn? So what this is a connection message. Take a picture of this and utilize it and study it. This is something to give you guys for free to get you started. Feel free to craft your message however you want, depending on your niche and who you're trying to go after. And one important thing is tips is keep it short, saving the sell for later, and give them a reason to reply. Okay. Keep those 3 things in mind, is that you don't want to look spammy on LinkedIn. You don't want to go into hey, you want to buy my thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. It's more so automate, let the tool do the grunt work for you of finding the people. Once they respond, get them on a phone and then close them. Build a relationship on the phone and then take them through your normal sales process if they're a good fit, okay? Or just have a chat with them on there manually. However you guys do that with it, all that, all right? So this is the connection message templates on the right. Here's a little example that you can put into your sequences, all right? And then here's the initial follow-up. So we have 2 different templates. So lead with something in common is 1 tip. 2 is get to the point quickly. So get to the point to, what you want to do. I want to get on a call, I want to do, and then make it personal. You'll see on the initial one at the top, I'm looking forward to speaking with. You'll see at the top says, hey, first name, thanks so much for connecting. Often I have to have a brief call with my new connection so we can explore how we may be able to help each other now or in the future. I'm looking forward to speaking with you, right? And then you see example from Devin actually sending it. And then here's another template. I wanted to reach out to see if we could connect sometime soon. Feel free to pick a time that works for you. And then, like I said earlier, he put a calendar link. So this is a way that you can just, instead of having to manually get people to, you find a time, then find a time, they can just go in and schedule one through your link and it goes straight to your calendar for you. Okay. Here's some more follow-ups. So if you were left on red, what I'm saying by red is that someone looked at your message but didn't respond to it, which you can see if you go to the message. If you go to your conversation with somebody and then on the bottom it shows their little icon by your message, it means that they opened it and read it. Okay. So here's some tips for the follow-ups for people who read it. Is state clearly why you want to connect. Don't seem needy. Make it personal and genuine. Contribute and guide the conversation. So these are follow-ups. So obviously since they don't respond here, we are sending them more follow-ups. So this is where you'd say, it's great connecting, first name. Want to say, hey, not sure if you noticed my last message to you. Would love to schedule a quick discovery call. If nothing else, let's just network for a few minutes, right? Here's another example. Is that, hey, first name, wanted to follow up. I sent you a few messages last week. Wanted to make sure they didn't fall through the cracks. I definitely think there could be some synergy between us, but I understand if you're not open to connecting due to a busy schedule. Would still love to connect for a few minutes when you have some free time. Right? Pretty simple. Make sure to take pictures if you want to use that. All right. So I already kind of went over pricing, but this is the end, right? So if you need help, make sure to just contact us at support@kennected.org. We'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible with any questions that you have. And then also one thing we do offer as of today is we do offer one-on-one help with customized messaging templates. So what I mean by that is the messaging templates that we went through, say for your niche or you want some more help with that, we do offer that. It will, cost some money at that time. We're working on building some more training and things like that for you guys. But as of right now, it would cost some money. But if that's something you're interested in, you can also email us at support@kennected.org. Just make sure in the email to state, hey, I want help with my Kennected, my customized messaging scripts. Okay. So yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this training. I know it was kind of long, but it's necessary. It was necessary for you guys to see the results with this and be able to maximize what we know Kennected can do for you and your business.